Hi, Jacaranda, Lily Pillies and Frangipani friends. It's Jenny here from preschool. Hope you're having a great day at home with your family. I've got a story I'm going to read for you today called Koala Lou, and it's written by Mem Fox and it's illustrated by Pamela Lofts. I wonder what this story might be about. There's a bit of a clue here. Let's read it and find out. Koala Lou. There was once a baby koala so soft and round that all who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. The emu loved her, the platypus loved her, and even tough little koala claws next door loved her. Lucky Koala Lou, having all those animals loving her and all those friends. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun or climbed a gum tree or bravely went down the track all by herself, her mother would smile and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." I wonder where she's off to. I wonder where she's going. Maybe to play with some friends. The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala Lou. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her, although, of course, she did. Do you have some brothers and sisters like Koala Lou? Can you count how many Koala Lou has? There's a lot there, isn't there? How do you think Koala Lou's feeling about all that now? Do you think she's feeling a little bit sad, a little bit left out, a bit missing her mum because her mum's so busy? Mums and dads do get really busy sometimes, don't they? Every night as she curled up under the stars, Koala Lou thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you," and she longed for her to say it again. One night, Koala Lou had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics, and she would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win, and her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say again, "Koala Lou, I do love you." So Koala Lou began her training right away. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a tree with one claw at a time till she ached. She did push-ups till her stomach hurt. And last of all, she climbed the tallest tree that she could find, over and over again. She was trying really hard, wasn't she? Working hard to get better, practicing and practicing. Sometimes we have to do that, don't we? Practice things till we learn them and get better at them. Look, it's starting to set up. It says Bush Olympics. Oh, I wonder what other events are going to be there apart from the tree climbing. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, "How are you going, Blossom?" "Fine, just fine," Koala Lou would reply. She's a long way up there, isn't she? Do you like to climb trees too? At last, the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. Wow, all the animals look excited. They're all dressed up, got their hats on, come out to watch all the athletes compete. And look, Bandicoot here has even got the Olympic torch ready to start the ceremony. Did you see that on the TV in the Tokyo Olympics, where all the Australian athletes are at the moment with the other people from the other countries around the world? They lit the big torch, didn't they, in the cauldron, in the opening ceremony. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing, and everyone knew how fast she was. But Koala Lou wasn't scared. She saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her saying again, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Her heart filled with hope. There she is with all the brothers and sisters ready to cheer on Koala Lou. It was Koala Claus who went first. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 metres in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered and wildly waved their holiday hats. Can I do better than that, thought Koala Lou. I must. As she stepped towards the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. On your mark, said the kookaburra. Get set. Go! Koala Lou leapt onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and faster, until there she was, right at the very top. The spectators roared and clapped and stamped their feet. They all look like they're so proud of Koala Lou. But she wasn't fast enough, in spite of all her training and all her hoping. It was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climbing. Koala Lou came second. Koala Lou went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics, and she cried her heart out. Poor Koala Lou. Do you think she's feeling sad and disappointed? She had worked really hard. That happens to us sometimes, doesn't it? When we work really hard at something and we don't quite get it right, we have to try again and be proud that we had a go. When the first stars of evening appeared in the sky, Koala Lou crept home through the dark and up into the gum tree. Her mother was waiting for her. Before she could say a word, her mother had flung her arms around her neck and said, Koala Lou, I do love you. I always have and I always will. And she hugged her for a very long time. Koala Lou doesn't look sad or disappointed anymore, does she? Do you like having really big hugs with your mum or dad? It's nice to have hugs, isn't it? And that's the end of our story. So Koala Lou, here she is having that big hug with her mum. She tried so hard, she practiced and she went in and she did her best. And you know, it didn't matter that her mum didn't mind that she didn't win. She was just proud of her because she'd done her best and she had a go. And I'm pretty sure that's how your mum and dad think too. When you try something, whether it's riding your bike or trying to write your name or getting yourself dressed, something that you're trying to do that you have to keep practicing at to get better at. I know the teachers at preschool are really proud when you try and you have a go at something. I wonder what you're going to have a go at today. Maybe it might be riding your bike. Maybe it might be getting into your pajamas all by yourself tonight. I wonder. Maybe you can let us know. Anyway, have a good day and have fun doing some of the other activities on Preschool at Home. Bye.